Hey, peace world. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. Please hit that subscribe button if you like the way that any of the topics, subjects, headlines, events, games, fights, etc., music, the way that any of that stuff is being broken down, discussed, reviewed, recapped. Definitely hit the like button for me, and feel free to leave a comment. Any engagement would be appreciated immensely. So this is kind of just my immediate reactions to Brewfurd, the second episode of season 3 of The Shot, and I'm gonna just throw it out there off rip. Like I may discontinue talking about The Shot and its episodes. Again, I don't like to bash. I don't like to bash projects, especially content that's being created by the family. Like this is Lena Waithe's creation, some input from Common and whatnot. And I don't like to. I don't really like to pile it on, and I don't want to be the cause of not the, like I could do that, but I don't want to contribute to black people, writers, actresses, actors, film crew people. I don't want to contribute to them not having a job. So when I kind of sense that things are going south for a show or a series, or they never even got off and running, like I said, I quit talking about Power after season 3, and so here we are with The Shy. Like I said, this episode is called Brewfurd. I'm not really going to get into what I saw or what took place with the big reveal early on in the episode. I was on Reddit discussing the new character Imani, and a female was telling me off the rip that that actress Jasmine Davis is was a male, was a man, and I did not know. I'm out the loop that bad. I did not know. I had no idea. I thought something was. I just thought she had a bad hair do or hairstyle. But now, if you've watched Bruford, you should understand that that is the actress was born as a man and so on and so forth. Maybe I'll come back to that later. Um, so that was the big reveal in this episode. Getting to my points. Again, I'm struggling with what the Shy is. They spend a ton of time, and what is it? A 44-minute show, 42 minutes. They spend a ton of time being trying to be a sitcom, and then they spend a little bit of time throwing in the drama, and I just think that's confusing, and it's getting in the way of the show kind of being whatever the hell it's gonna be. And so what my major takeaway was, I kind of wasn't into the fact that they used this week. Another reveal was the addition of edition number 2 of LaLa Anthony as Dominique. And I'm trying to rock with Emmett because it seems like with Jason Mitchell moving on and with Barton Fitzpatrick moving on, the next thing, the next person to kind of check out is Emmett. What's his name? Jacob Lattimore. So I'm trying to see what he's gonna do. But this is the problem with the show from the beginning. And Brandon was kind of becoming this figure. But who do you want to be on this show? Who do you want to root for? Who do you want to support? Who do you want to see excel? Like who's having some lines that you would repeat? Who's having a scene, that would be repeated in the barbershop 2 years from now, 3 years from now? Like who's doing anything truly brilliant on the show? I've struggled with what the hell Ronnie's character. Like, why am I watching this man struggle badly every week? Do I really want to invest time in that? Not really. But now with the switching over to Emmett, he's trying to again. This is just like flawed writing, flawed storytelling to me. He's going to try to continue on in Brandon's footsteps with cooking, but he's not a cook. He's not a chef. He's not interested in the culinary arts whatsoever. Now, like I said in last week, he's resourceful. He's a hustler. He has a strong entrepreneurial spirit, but he might be better off reselling sneakers, which we're not even hearing anything about that anymore. So that's kind of a change for that character. But so his big thing is this week again he's solving a problem when he handles the catering. First of all, who does business with family? You know it's wrong right away when you're doing business with friends and family only. His first two customers were Nina, Kevin's mom, their wedding. And then who's starting out doing something like a wedding? So now he's catering a gender reveal or a baby reveal, whatever they call it. And it's for his one of his baby mother's friends. And of course, he has a solution to his food being bad at the wedding. And now he's buying food from other vendors to put out as his own food. Again, how is that going to drive up your costs? I guess I'm overthinking it. I guess I'm overthinking it. But unless you had like some discounted, like since we're all in the food and beverage industry, you give me a 15% discount or 20 or whatever, or we barter something. Like, how is it even going to be profitable for you to just have these people bring in the food back in the back door and then you put it out as your own food? And then immediately people in the at the shower or the reveal party, they automatically start realizing this is the food of other people in the neighborhood, other eateries and dining spots in the neighborhood. So again, a big fail. And Emmett's baby's mother picks up on this and comes and checks him on it. Okay, so fast forward a little bit. That pushes us to the fact that he has to go meet with Dominique, who is LaLa Anthony. Again, I don't understand what's going on here. She has a packed house full of customers at her seating area that her house is obviously set up to do this on a regular basis. How is it going to be? How is them joining forces? How is that going to be beneficial for Dominique? I mean, I'm not trying to pick this apart, but so she has a breakfast or a brunch, a lunch crowd, and then early dinners and whatnot. And now Emmett is going to come along and say, well, let's do this at night. Who was going to volunteer to chase some money at the least favorable hours? As an entrepreneur, I'm going to work when I want to work. So what is going to be the benefit of now we're cooking out of Sonny's kitchen to go get this nighttime crowd? I don't understand it. It just makes no sense to me. And then, like I said, like Tiff tried to tell Emmett last week, you got to do this for you and because you want to do it. But to sit here and try to just inherit his dreams, like how was that even profitable for him? Like Dominique said, I don't like working for anybody. So how much money would you have to give Dominique for her to do this job that you can't do yourself? Like, the idea just seems failed to me. Of course, we see that those two are going to be intimate at some point, which is bad for business. So I don't know, man. And so I finished this with, I'm getting in my 10 minutes. I want to stay around 7, but what I'm struggling with is my last point of my immediate thoughts. I'm really not into content for us, black created content and series and whatnot. If largely we're gonna exploit a lot of stereotypes of the community, what's the payoff in doing this? Like, where are we going in this story with any of these stereotypical situations or characters that they're digging into? What's the real payoff in watching this story? And here I can't think of the examples. Again, for Trig and Imani, he's saying he's not gay, but you're dealing, and he says, I only see you as a woman. Like, what's the payoff in us even going down that road? And that's what I'm looking at this show long term. It doesn't appear to be catching on. Let's just be honest. They have gotten to a third season, but now we have the major shakeup in the cast. So what are we gonna tune in for on a weekly basis? What am I tuning in to see besides all of these agendas that are being pushed and all of these stereotypical situations that are being played out every week? All of the comedy, none of that is new. Dominique says that Emmett is known around town for being well endowed. And now we have the mom, basically, she's so lonely. Kevin's mom can go out and find a husband in Dre, and the lesbians can get married. But the single woman, she has no idea whatsoever of how to go out and meet a man and have a traditional or male-female relationship. She has to resort to, at 39 years old, she has to go and start buying the services of a dude who went to high school with her son, who's what, 19 to 22 himself. So again, like, I just, what am I watching this for? And then to come out and to close that scene out with Emmett actually meeting the dude who just had sex with his mother. Again, more comic relief. Like, we just laugh at all of our pain. I don't know if I'm really into tuning in to catch that kind of stuff. Lastly, I just say this, right now we're getting so much, there's so much focus on and talks about Black Wall Street. How come nobody's had an idea of just doing a limited mini-series, 6 episodes, maybe 8, and we just have something based on some dude or some family or some business person in that era. Obviously, Madam C.J. Walker got paid, so it doesn't have to be a male. But we can't be creative enough to do that and to flesh that out into something that captivates us and is interesting. I mean, of course, we know how it would end, but at least it could be done. And I'm just saying, in contrast, right now I'm trying to check out this joint with Mark Ruffalo. I know this to be true. It's 6 parts. HBO has been doing pretty well with these limited miniseries. They had the Sharp Objects with Amy Adams, I think is her name. That don't sound right. Anyway, but the show is a tough watch. It's him, and he is starring Mark Ruffalo, and he plays a pair of twin brothers. One of them is dealing with some severe mental health issues, and then the other one he ain't having much better luck himself. But the show's not that great, but they got it done. And I'm just like, what does it take for us to tell different stories that just aren't stuck in the stereotypes? So anyway, I went too long, but that was my immediate takeaway. Is I don't even know if this Emmett stuff, like, is that entertaining? Is that real? Is that really great? Must see TV, must watch TV. I don't know. Hey, my name is Wood. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Peace.